Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make one of these little battery holders for your rotary tattoo machine. I've been saying I was going to do this for a while, I've just been lazy. And the one we're going to make today is not going to be like this exactly. This is a little bit more complex. If you notice, this one here has a switch on it and is soldered to the machine. So if you know how to solder, you have all the gear to do it, this is a pretty cool way to do it, but I'm going to show you a real easy way for everybody who doesn't have that kind of stuff. And once again, this isn't for tattooing, obviously. This is just for drawing. It's something I like to use because you can get the pen to go really slow with a small battery, especially if the battery's kind of running down a little bit. So I like using this. It's kind of convenient not having a cord and stuff too. All right, so here we go. First off, I'm going to show you everything you need. Very first, you're going to need one of these. This is probably my favorite tattoo machine for doing the offset dot pen. Well, it is by far. It's not even probably, it definitely is. And the best thing about it, it costs maybe $14, $15 on Amazon. I'm going to put a list down below in the description with all the stuff I'm showing you here. So definitely go pick one of these up. Second thing you're going to need is some foil tape. You can get the conductive foil tape on Amazon, copper or aluminum. I don't even know. This isn't even conductive. This is just cheap foil tape, but it still works. You're going to want to get one of these little battery holders. This is actually for a double or AAA, I think. Usually you got to buy a whole bunch of them, but they're super cheap. And then this is one of the wall hanging things. It's 3M Command wall hangers. You got to buy some of these, once again, Amazon. Some electrical tape and a pair of scissors. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take one of these, cut it in half. Take the adhesive off. Smash them together. I guess you should smash them together first and take the adhesive off. There. All right. And cut the little things off the ends. That's pretty close. And just stick that to the bottom of the battery pack. That's going to be how it attaches to the machine. You just stick it down. The reason I use this is because I had a whole bunch of it, and so I wasn't really using it for other stuff. You can use sticky Velcro. You can use just sticky mount tape, whatever you want. Next step is going to be cutting the wire shorter, or both of them shorter. So this one here, and honestly, it doesn't really matter which one's which. So I cut it about, I guess, about an inch long. Yeah, that's good enough. Get that off of there. And then you're gonna strip the end of the wire with the scissors, you know, carefully so you don't just keep cutting it shorter. We're gonna do a little bit more. We wanna get some wire exposed and then kind of bend it in a little circle or whatever. Just enough so you make good contact, because you're just going to be sticking it down to the back of the machine. The other one, kind of wrap it around. It's going to be coming all the way down to that brass thing on the bottom, that circular thing, so kind of measure it off. Do the same thing. Cut it a little bit longer and then strip it. Now with that one, I kind of just do like a little U-turn in it. Okay, next thing is get yourself a couple little pieces of tape. The foil tape, I'm going to cut off a little square of it and see if I can get the backing off of it. This might take about 10 minutes. And screw that, I'm going to try to do it sooner. This is really hard with gloves on. I'm wearing gloves because my hands are so white that it throws off the light balance on the video. It's kind of messed up, but it's having more dark stuff makes the video look better. Lord, this will be the longest part of the video. Okay, there we go. Yeah, about that. Get rid of this crap. Okay, so this is going on the black one, sticking it right to the back, and you want to get as good a connection as you can, so you really want to mash it down there, make sure it's sticking really good. Just like that. Next one, bring the other one around, stick it in the brass thing, and then I'm going to try to get another piece of tape. For this one here, you don't, that could have been longer actually, because you kind of want to stick it down in the brass. This one here, the main thing is that it can't touch the machine outside of that little brass circle. See it in there? Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it in a long way. I think I cut it a little bit too short, but that might work. This is tricky to do because, you know, with solder, it's super easy. You know, you definitely get a good connection. You can see on my other one, I dremelled a little spot off the back and just put some flux down there and just heated it up. The solder iron got it to stick. Same thing with this one. You got to be careful because that little white insulator there is plastic. So if you leave your solder gun on there too long, it's going to melt the plastic. So just try to get a good connection right away. You got to use good flux. So if you don't have good flux, you're not going to accomplish anything. I think this flux I like is the Stay Clean solder flux. That's what I use for everything. All right, we're going to do a little square of the electrical tape. That junk. And now, once this is in there, it should be working. You could probably get it on a little bit better than what I did, but same thing, you want a good solid connection. You don't want to, oh, that's already crooked. You don't want to use the conductive tape on the bottom, obviously, because it'll short it out. So that's what it looks like at this point, and then you just got to stick a little battery in there. I don't actually know if this one has any juice in it, but we'll find out. Yeah, a little bit. And that's perfect. I mean, that's barely going. But it's ideal for offset dot pens, especially if you're doing jelly roll pens, gel pens, anything like that. You want to go really slow so you can be deliberate and careful with it. And this is the perfect machine, the perfect combo for doing that. And this one obviously doesn't have an on-off switch, so your on-off is just popping that out like that. You know, it won't fall out. And then when you're ready, you just pop it back in. Yeah, you just got to make sure that tape is down really good. Like I said, if you solder, it's going to be a better connection. If you want an on-off switch, it's going to be a lot cooler. But it's a lot more pain in the butt. This one here also, I didn't use the mounting tape. I melted some holes through the thing, and I put zip ties. You can see these are just zip ties. So it's a lot more sturdy. This one never really breaks. This one here, you're probably going to have to occasionally mash the tape on there a little bit better. But that's what I wanted to show you, and I'll have the all the stuff you need. You can get on Amazon or at the local store, and I'll have a list of it down in the description. Thanks for watching.